I'm going to Rodeo Jewellers here in downtown Vancouver right now to check out the new 2024 Tudors. I know there's the Coke bezel GMT that allegedly is very hard to find in stores, but more so I want to see the cycling. I know there's a cycling FXD chronograph that recently came out. Don't exactly know the name of the watch. And then there's also the black bezel Black Bay 41 that I want to see in person. And hopefully if I'm lucky, I can get to see the Black Bay 50... Oh man, it's been a while. Black Bay 54. I keep forgetting because it's like a 37mm watch. Anyways, Rodeo is just in front. Let's go see what they have. I made the trip out to Rodeo for a long overdue visit with the goal of seeing a couple of watches I haven't had the chance to get hands on with just yet. And right away, right there in the cabinet was a shiny Black Bay 54. I guess today is my lucky day. Sergey, my rep here at Rodeo Jewellers, helped me try it on. Please excuse the wiggling here as I try to get it to sit right on my wrist. A little bit difficult to get it on the right positioning, operating with just one arm, but also because it's just such a small watch on my 6.75 inch wrist. I can kind of see the appeal of why people could like it on the bracelet, but on the rubber strap, it wears even smaller than my Oyster Perpetual 36 reference number 116000. Size aside, I can really see the charm in the watch though. The dial is a very subtle sunburst with a much smoother texture compared to the Black Bay 58, and the bezel is in a cool white marker instead of the gilt yellow on black. Paired together with the rubber strap, it gives off more of a modern look, despite being a vintage size. The clasp is brilliant as well with the on-the-fly T-fit adjustments. Although personally, the size is too big of a deterrent for me, which places it out of my consideration set. I used to like smaller watches too, but now that I've gotten a little older in age with my metabolism tanking year after year and the dad bod starting to take form, I'm even wishing for my Black Bay 58 to be a little bigger sometimes. Spoiler for my current dream Tudor that I will be showing later on in this video. I also had a chance to try on the Tudor Heritage Chronograph, or what I mistakenly called the Home Plate Monte Carlo. I wish it was. Reference number 70330N. I was told this watch is discontinued and that this is the last one in stock here in Vancouver. For some reason, again, it might be because of me putting on weight, but the size actually wears very comfortably for me. It's not my first time trying on this model, though it was previously the blue and orange one that I tried on, but it felt like a really good fit today. I put it beside my Prince Chrono and the thickness is surprisingly similar. The old Tudors have a smaller caseback, allowing it to mask its thickness into the wrist a bit more, but both wear pretty great. Let me know what you guys think about this model and if you'll miss its absent from Tudor's lineup. Okay, now for the heavyweight stuff. The big boss owner of the store had brought this out from the back as he saw us perusing over the Tudors. This is the acclaimed Tudor Black Bay Chrono made for Inter Miami, reference number M79360-00019 or something. There's a 19 in there somewhere. While I personally have no desires to add this color to my wardrobe, it's still a really cool watch to see it in person. The owner said that this is part of his personal collection as he had only received a total of 2 of these so far this year. The rarity is no joke. And onwards, onto my current Tudor GRAIL. This Tudor FXD 25717N with the black dial. This watch, it just looks way too good for no good reason. I've previously owned the Marine National FXD, I think it was the 2022 version, for about a period of 3 months until I decided to sell it off. I'm still not quite sure why I had decided to let it go. Maybe it was because of the allure of the market, how those watches were going for a couple $100 over retail at that point. I also didn't wear it as much as I had thought I would. I remember being very careful with mine. Again, it could be because of the resale consideration being an option. Well, now with even the MNs floating at just over 4,000 Canadian, I guess I can say I made the right decision. But if I was to add an FXD back, which I really want to, this black version would easily take the cake over the blue one. Throughout my watch collecting career, I've only owned a total of 2 blue watches, the MN FXD being one of them. Neither of them got much wrist time unfortunately, and I blame the color theory where pops of colors are cool until you get too much of it. This Black FXD though pretty much fixes all the issues I had with the Marine National FXD, and there's really not that many. Only one actually, with that being really the only point of difference made on this watch, but hey, it's making all the difference for me. Also this fabric strap. Tudor has all his fabric straps made by this one French atelier called Julien Fou, who is one of the oldest fabric and textile makers in the world. They've been in business since 1864, and the texture, the feel of the strap really shows that degree of experience. I'll be honest, I know nothing about fabrics or textiles, and to me, this strap feels heavenly. If you're still watching, go ahead and give the video a like so I know you're still watching. And come over to the Breitling side with me. I saw all the Tudors I needed to see on this trip, and my heart's obviously siding with just one of them, so I wanted to see some watches more foreign to me to cool me down. This is the Breitling Premier B09 chronograph in the iconic pistachio dial. This watch is in an amazing 40mm case and it's only 13mm thick. You know a brand is proud of what they've accomplished when they list the case thickness on their website. I think out of all the watches in the Breitling catalog right now, this would be the one I would go for. I made my way to the other side of the Breitling boutique where this watch once again caught my eye. This is the Breitling Classic AV, which I guess is short for aviator, which almost reminded me of the Breguet Type 20 for some reason. Probably because of the font being used for the hour markers. It is now lunchtime. My buddy, who is a huge foodie here in Vancouver, recommended we go to this ramen restaurant called Menya Ito. It serves this type of noodles called Tsukemen, which is like a bowl of dry noodles and dipping sauce. And you are supposed to take a bit of the noodle, put it in the dipping sauce, swirl it around, and then eat it immediately. Every bite was a surprise in the sense that the flavor distribution wasn't very even, and also the temperature distribution because the noodles were in room temperature while the sauce was quite hot. They also had some cool wooden interior decorations. All this aesthetic is eerily treading on the Japanese territory, so time for me to show you some Grand Seikos I checked out. This is the Grand Seiko Shunbun with the pink dial, which in all lights I saw it with showed no hints of pink. I like it better this way though, and I really like what they did with the case and lug integration. Grand Seiko makes a ton of different cases. I don't know the name of these exact ones, but they should make more of them. Titanium case, 40mm wide and 12.8mm thick, ultra comfortable, featuring a spring drive movement. This is probably my top 5 Grand Seikos of all time, which says a lot because they sure make a lot of watches. I also tried on what I think was the Lake Suwa, which is one of their newest additions to the Evolution 9 collection. We got several more Grand Seikos that look quite interesting. I find Grand Seikos to be sort of a cult brand, in the sense that you either are really into them and you own multiple of them, or you have none. Partially, I think that's due to how unique their dials are. Like, if you have a pink dial Shunbun, well, you kind of need to get a black dial or like a navy dial to balance it out. Am I crazy? Let me know in the comments if you think that as well. So after seeing the Tudor FXD black dial in person on the wrist, do I still want the watch? And the answer is definitely yes. I wanted to splash out that $4,000, $5,000 today and get it on my wrist, but now's just not the time, especially because there's a few other pieces that I want to try on first. But that watch is an absolute delight. The bezel is so good. If you guys haven't had hands-on with that watch, then make sure to go to your local AD, Rodeo Jewellers. If you're here from Vancouver, go give it a try. With that being said, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.